Hi everybody, so welcome back. Make a move. What do you guys think generally for the whole concept? We didn't cover episode one, but what did you guys
Right.
thought about the whole like concept?
You know what? I really do like the concept of it. I think it gives it a new energy. As I was saying to you, Solana, and by the way, it's so good to hear both of y'all voices. And our homeboy Q Liffin as well. I really do like it. It seems like it's going to be more organic drama, as we clearly see towards the end of this episode, but we'll get to that. But I feel like they Ready to Love can interchange these two formats of girls pick one week, guys pick one week. It's kind of the same thing with this, except it's all women focused. So yeah, I like it.
I'm with you on that, Braylon, and thank you so much. Glad to be here on the panel. Ready to Love is definitely our thing, and I love that we're covering this, this new season. I'm here for it too. I love the whole concept and how they're doing it. 4 women, 25 guys, and it's not them basically having full control of how they're going about dating. I like that they have the matchmaker, and she's kind of throwing in some curveballs as Tommy would. But honestly, I'm here for the drama. I feel like there's already drama. Like Charisse, look, I'm feeling like I'm already not gonna like her, but I might. I don't know. I'm just,
Should I tell
oh,
you the history? Ooh, why can
yes,
I hear
tell the
myself?
history.
So before we go into the episodes, I'm just going to give you like a brief history on why these particular women were picked. So we have 4 women: Cherise, Zadia, Venetia, and Ashley. Ashley and Venetia were two of the most loved casts from their sets. Meanwhile, Zadia and Cherise were hated. It was bad.
I can see why.
So they
I could
brought
definitely see it.
two loved, two hated, and they just like it's a good combo. Because even if you are like, oh my god, what are these women doing? At least you look at the other side and you're having like women that are really like, I don't want to bash anybody, but with great personalities, basically. But let's jump into the episode. So this time around, Tamikali decided to pick the 4 men for them, and she picked out, if I'm remembering their names correctly, Marcus, Ramon, Cameron, and what's that bad dude name? Yeah, Maurice. How did I forget? Immediately said his name was Maurice and he was a lawyer. Oh my god, my mind took me straight to Love and Marriage
Right.
Huntsville.
Yep,
Automatically. I was like, really? What in the
yep.
world?
And a very subdued Maurice at that, but we'll get to that part. Right? He
And
says
he's a bald
Subdued?
head. What is with all of them
I
having
thought
bald
like he was
heads?
into himself.
He was more so into the food that he was eating than the conversation. Like,
mhm.
But let's get into the dates. So I was like, we're going to start off with the most interesting date of the episode. So let's go into the clip.
For work.
I'm an attorney.
Okay. A lot of my friends are attorneys, and we always make a joke and we say, "We'll sue you. I'll sue you."
Well, that's always the last resort.
Right.
Great lawyers know how to persuade people. Watch out.
Oh, I know all about it. So, what do you like to do when you're not working?
I like going out to dinner, traveling, meeting people.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
social butterfly, I guess. As you can say.
No Netflix and chilling, huh?
No.
That's boring. He's a lawyer and he likes to be out and about. That's very important to me because I don't want to be with a guy who's not social and like to go to brunches and, go to dinner and go to concerts. Do you have your own practice?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Hey, I have the delivery. Oh my goodness, these are so beautiful.
Yes.
Are these from you?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Wow, this is my favorite.
Beautiful flowers for beautiful
Thank
lady.
you. Maurice surprised me. He brought me roses. Thank you. That right there, I was like, this is a class act. Such a gentleman. They're so beautiful and they smell so good. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. My secret to charming people is just being myself. I'm so cool. It's easy.
Do you have anything you want to know about me?
What do you like to share?
So I don't have any children. I've never been married.
Okay.
I'm 44.
Okay. I wasn't married. I have 4 children. My youngest, he just turned 21.
I prefer someone who does not have kids. His kids are grown, but I'm still not sure where I fit in. So I'm going to try my best to not focus on that.
This is
Very
the thing
good.
that
Yes,
actually
this is
killed
good.
me.
Do you work out?
Of course.
Everything about the date was going well. And then we ran out of things to say. You've been here before?
I have.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I'm the one that's asking for the communication. So, do you go on blind dates often?
Not too often.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm here to get to know someone, and you can't get to know anyone by just looking at them.
This food is really good.
Yeah. I don't understand it.
Sharice.
Lord.
There are like several issues to me.
Go ahead.
First, you are 44. You want to meet a man that doesn't have kids, and then you want to have kids. The probability of you meeting a man that is older than you, that doesn't have kids, is very low, except if the man was probably infertile. Like that doesn't make any sense. When she made that statement, I'm like, okay, now we've moved on from the outfits. We're looking for that issue. I think subconsciously she doesn't know that she's looking for issues, because if his last and youngest child is 21 years old, the child is basically no longer even at home. So I don't understand how that is a problem. Because I don't understand. And then the eating scene, he seemed to me like someone that really cherishes their food. Like, if I'm eating, I want to be focused on what I'm eating. I don't want to have any side talks. I don't want to have any side conversations. And I think there are people like that actually, because initially I felt like, oh, maybe he was just like boring. But then the fact that he kept like relating or taking her attention back to the food, it was quite obvious that he wanted her to relish the delicacy, and they'll probably have the conversation after. But she's uncomfortable because I like looking at it, I'm sort of seeing their like both their point of view. You are meeting someone for the first time, you're trying to create like a favorable image to the person, but he is just being his undiluted self. He just wants to do what he wants to do, being why she wants to have a conversation and all. The onus is not on him. Sorry, the onus actually really is not on her to be asking these questions. He ought to be making an impression, but now she's like, oh, so I need to ask this question. So I felt where she came from, but I feel like she should have actually like maybe calmed down to probably eat finish before making the judgments, because trying to strike conversations with some people who like eating without speaking will never work.
Well, I mean, listen, I think that date was, and first of all, out of all the dates that we saw in that episode, they walked like a couple when they came up to the restaurant, looked like. And I thought it was a good beginning, but then when it came down to it to really sit down and for the conversation to be that dry, I know that could not happen all the conversation. And I get you want to be focused, but it's like you gotta give something, you know what I mean? But it's kind of nice that they're a little bit more real on this show. It seems a little more relaxed because, you know, on the last season they said they could eat any food or anything. So
Yeah. Unprovoked said, Sharice wants a man. I'm using my phone, sorry. I cannot look at my screen because of my eyes. Said, Sharice wants a man without kids and wants an older man. Makes absolutely no sense. She should become a cougar. She looks like a very fine woman, 44. She keeps herself well. But I think her priorities are skewed. It's like she will want something that like a younger man can provide, but she wants it in an older man. It just doesn't make sense. And I think unintentionally she looks for issues left, right, center in men. And I think she doesn't know because even in her season, she was the same way. She was always finding one issue left, right, center with every single man. Her season was one of the worst. I wish you can go back and watch Miami. If I'm ranking everything, Miami was terrible. It was really terrible. I don't even think anybody is still together. It was that bad. Okay, one person is still together, but it was bad.
So is it
You are
that
there.
she just doesn't want kids at all? And like,
She
does she
wants
not want
kids.
any? Okay,
She
because like,
wants kids, but she
how
wants a
much
man
how
that
much
will
longer are you
provide.
gonna wait, and how old do you want your man to be? Like, you are really reaching and getting to a very dangerous level at the age that you are. And if you're wanting a man older than you with no kids, like, you gotta really think how that's going to affect those kids if you
Why
have
do
them at that age.
Mhm. Right? No, for sure. Why do I feel like there's a particular person that Sharice reminds me of from this last past season? I'm not gonna say no names. If y'all watch the panel, y'all know the person that we may or may not be hinting at right now. But we're gonna just move on because this is a new season.
There's a whole lot of recycling characteristics going on, I say.
Mhm. No combative energy as of yet. It's just the second episode, ladies and gentlemen.
No combative. I'm
No
not even going to
combative
say
energy
combative,
yet.
but
Oh, she was
this
combative already.
episode,
Oh, yes, she was, but she got woke up out her
mhm,
sleep.
Lord.
she was giving passive. No, I don't want to use aggressive for black women because everybody tries to like say it has like a negative connotation, but it was passive aggressive because her body was showing. When I'm on a date, I try not to make the other person know that I'm uncomfortable. I try to
Right.
have my dates, let it be good, let seemingly. I don't understand why you should go on a date and then all of a sudden you're offended and then you ruin the mood for only yourself because he doesn't look like his mood is ruined. Only yours was. He was enjoying his meal, relishing it, even telling you, wow, it tastes so good. Meanwhile, there you are out here trying to ask questions. I was like, maybe God will need to create her man and just like make him grow up quickly. But at this point, I don't think anybody really fits into the box that she wants. I just do not think. She's a great lady. She knows what she wants. But I don't think that man exists. Funny enough, he me.
I will say though, with that, he was not interested in her, and they are two superficial people. You could tell by the lack of conversation and just how they were. They were only at the surface level. So that makes me wonder, what is it that she's really looking for, and he really is only looking for someone who's looking for him. He's not really looking for love, I don't feel.
And allegedly,
Yeah.
they saw him in the streets as of last week. So I do not think they end up together for this.
And not to mention too, like this is just the second episode. You know what I mean? Um, I wonder if the ladies will be down in the bayou fishing at all this season. Just.
They
As
have
long as
25
Sharice ain't
handsome
standing at
men.
your house going on talking about, honey, you catch a fish.
And if we will have that this season,
I mean,
one
New
thing I
Orleans is known for
noticed,
outdoor stuff. So yes, go ahead.
I noticed that all the men this season are my God, why couldn't we have this last season? Every single one had a job. I was impressed. Casting team really did, like they did a big one. They had jobs, they knew what they were doing, they looked well put together, they looked like they were financially okay, not the one that will come out and start hearing security. No problem.
Yeah, it does seem like this. It does seem like the ladies definitely know who they are, and the guys seem to know who they are. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. So let's go on to Zadia. So Zadia was also from the Miami. Was it Miami or DC? I can't remember. I think I will have to go back, but I think it's one of those seasons. Her season was one of the most toxic seasons. It was bad. She was not one of the liked, but she was in a trio with Moomin, her, and Camille. Yeah, that was Miami. So Camille.
Okay, so you said she was one of the most like unliked.
Yes, her and Camille. Camille is still with her man from the show, Cornelius, but she came out and she was dating another guy, but all of a sudden they don't see them posting anymore, so they obviously like ended, like she said at the beginning. But their season was so toxic. Oosh. The post-season drama, it was a lot of tea. I mean, the post-season drama lasted till the next season, which was about 3 months later. It was that bad. That season was actually really bad. Miami. I think that was when I realized that, oh my God, they needed to revamp or do something to save the show because people were complaining. It was bad. But let me.
And was that you said that was she's from season 6, right?
If I'm going back, season 5.
5.
It should be season 5. Yeah.
But didn't she say how she was like basically misunderstood and people were calling her a mean girl and all that? Because
yeah,
it's
okay, let
mighty
me tell
funny
you
that
what happened. She was in a trio, and one of the girls in the trio was like Moomin, and she had moments like so many like problems with other girls, especially off camera. And funny enough, whilst the show was airing, Camille was the villain. But then post show, she ended up being the villain. They said she had fights that did not air. She had like problems that were not aired. Like, everybody was coming out and dropping like G's left, right, center. So yeah, she was actually not hated, but post show, it was bad. So now let's go to her dates with Cameron.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Got me some food. I wouldn't say I have an actual type, but Zadia is gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to getting to know her.
Where are you originally from? Because you're not from New Orleans.
How can you tell that?
You don't have the accent. I can tell.
I've been here a minute, but I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
I went to high school in Atlanta.
Oh, high school. I'm from Atlanta.
What?
Yeah.
I went to North Springs, Sandy Springs.
Okay. I went to North Atlanta.
What?
Yeah. I went to North Carolina A&T on a swimming scholarship for a year. And I transferred to University of Houston, so that's where I finished.
I went to U of H.
Wait, what?
For a semester. After
Really?
Katrina.
Oh, okay. So you were there at the same time I was there.
Well, shut up.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, what is that about?
Well, I see that we have, a little bit in common, but that's like surface level stuff. I mean, it's cute.
It's cute. You cute.
Thank
No, you
you.
fine. You beautiful.
Thank you.
Not cute. I just like looking at you. You're
Okay,
gorgeous.
compliments will get you far. I wasn't as attractive to Jabari as I am to Cameron. So I have flirted with Cameron, but I've been abstaining since June of 2022. So the jar has been closed for a while. love this sex so much. So what made you stay in New Orleans after you graduated from college?
I started the photography business my second year of pharmacy school. Also, I was plugged in with a lot of Black-owned pharmacies. But honestly, my passions are business and investing. I like, because my photography company, I run like a team of photographers. So it's like 12 of us. It's global. We have editors in Africa. Yeah, say it again. Global.
Cameron is very ambitious. He has jobs on jobs on jobs. And wait a minute, one more job after that. That's admirable. You know, a man that collects a check, we can work with that.
Well, tell me about your balance. What is your career and like, what do you know, what's your balance?
So I own a personal training company and I also do makeup artistry on the side. It's a love for it, but I feel myself getting burnt out often when I am just always on the yes and like always go, 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 go. Now, money is my love language. Don't get it twisted,
Yeah,
but
let's go.
one of them.
Let's go. Hey.
But I do understand life is just about making money. Like you need to be open.
What do you guys think?
I mean, they definitely do have a lot in common. I feel that maybe Zadia may just want more concrete action, I guess, because he doesn't seem really assured, I guess. I mean, I know he's got his photographers and his pharmacy and everything else, but I think the thing they talked about was both of them being entrepreneurs. Do they have time to make time for each other? So that's why I basically got it today.
Yeah. When I was looking at dude, fine dude, lose the hair. The hair was a little bit distracting. I could not really like focus on his face because if he loses the hair, it would actually look really good. Like, dude, go to the barber or something. That hairstyle was really, really distracting. Now, he seemed, for someone who called himself a nerd, someone who called himself like a bookworm, he seemed really slick with his words, almost like he was saying everything she wanted to say. He's smooth. I have to give it to Cameron. He was smooth. Like he had Zadia like laughing. Like this is the most I've seen Zadia laugh from her previous season to this season. She was really taken by this dude. Even before he opened his mouth, she was attracted. And this is why I keep telling people don't like accepting that. Sometimes before you even start dating somebody, before the person even says something, you're already attracted. It then depends on what the person does after you guys like start speaking. And for me to date somebody, I have to be like physically attracted. That's why I'm weak to fine men. I'm weak to beauty. I'm weak like once you're a fine man, even if you're not my man, I just like you. That's just my problem. Like the severe problem that I need God to like save me from. So that's why people need to understand physical attraction. And there's no way she's telling me that I didn't do something else. Even the way he tried to twist the whole thing. She's already talking about I've been celibate for a year. Oh, come on, girl.
Listen, for you to sneak out, yeah, y'all snuck out in the middle of the night, like, come on. All it was a physical attraction. Like, I don't see that there's another one there was no below the surface. It was all on top. You saw him, you thought he was cute. Y'all had something in common. That was your, like, it's so crazy how there are some women who are so easy. Like, if you have one thing in common with a man, you automatically feel like that's like, that's like the green light to go. Like, no, get to know more, vet them more. Like, honestly, women will vet a wig more than they do a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it just, he wanted her for her body. She wanted him. They're both cute, but come on now, cute. Where's cute getting you? Like, you could be cute and still be not in love or ready to love.
I know. I'm still on this shit.
I think she's cute, and I would love to see, like, with her personality. I actually do kind of like her personality, but I don't like the fact that she had to lie and hide about what she was doing. Like, we're grown. You're a grown ass woman. There's no reason for you to have to hide, fake, or play like, you wasn't doing what you was doing. If you want to get your boots knocked, then get them knocked. That's fine. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If that is what you're on, this is not the show for you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Gigi. That at the end of the day, like, yes, you've been celibate, and congratulations, that's big. But also, too, attraction is attraction. I think sometimes in the show, you go between making decisions for how this is going to look for you on TV versus not wanting to lean into your choices of what will make you happy or not. You know what I mean? And it's interesting because it's just like, Lord, hell, please let's not this be another season because it seems like it's another surface level attraction, like another couple that was okay. I'm just gonna leave it.
I don't think the surface level. I'm still on this ship, and I'm never wrong. I don't know if they're going to work full time in the future, but currently I'm buying stocks here because he liked her. They're within the same age range. They're both like into businesses. They're both entrepreneurs. They're like too many things in common for it not to work. So I'm still on this ship for now. But yeah, I do understand you guys saying that, oh, she's being quiet. Oh, where's my mic? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Say that one more time.
Oh, I think I'm like rotating. But anyways, so what I was saying is that I do understand saying that she's being all like, oh, physical attraction, so I'm going to follow this connection. But for me, I think physical attraction is very important in like following a relationship because I do not want to have to build it, or I do not want to have to anticipate being physically attracted to you. For me, physical attraction, until my Wi-Fi like goes well, I'm just going to take off my light. For me, physical attraction.
Okay, apologies. I didn't hear that. What was the question?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I was saying that for me, I do not agree that the physical attraction is a bad thing. Like, oh, they are just physically attracted, so it may not really work. Because I think physical attraction should be a prerequisite for you to have go into a relationship. I'm not one of the people who say, oh, you're going to find that attraction later or it's going to build up. If it's not there, first and foremost, I'm not going to enter that relationship because I want to be attracted. I want to be like, oh my God, when is this dude going to come and visit me? When is this going to do this? When is this going to do that? That's the kind of relationship I really enjoy. I do not want to have to build up my feelings for you. I want to just be attracted like once.
I completely agree with that. Like, now I agree, physical attraction is definitely important. And we all know, let's just be honest, that's the first thing you see is if you are physically attracted to a person. That's going to let you know if you even want to have a conversation. Like, a lot of times, if you if you're not attracted to a man and he comes up and tries to talk to you, you are not going to give him any time of day. You are going to try to turn around. You're just like, honestly, we will get rude as fuck if we don't like somebody because they're not physically attractive. You know what I'm saying? So I completely agree with that. And honestly, at the age that we are, sometimes, and people might not agree with this, but I'm not all about that whole waiting to have sex because listen, what if I fall in love with you or we waiting and then 6 months down the line we end up doing it and it's trash? Like, now I'm mad because it's trash, but you want me to stay with you because I love you? No, because now we got a problem. Now, you know what I'm saying, cheating and all types of other stuff gets involved. So yeah, like if if you know what you want, go for it. But if that's all you're wanting, or if you feel, or if that's what you continue to do, but you're not really trying to go underneath the surface, that's what I'm saying. That's where the problem is. Is is when all you do is just look at the physical, and if all you can do is have sex, but you can't have no conversation, what is that? That's not a relationship.
Yeah, I definitely will agree with that. And listen, I think physical attraction is very important. I think the biggest thing is you have to get to know somebody through a process. And sometimes physical attraction can break down in your mental connection. So I definitely agree with you, Salah, that the physical attraction is important to start it, but what has to make it last is something that makes you want to stay.
And that's it. Can you say something?
But honestly, like them two, they are both attractive. So I could see, you know what I'm saying, them being attracted to each other. It's understandable. But
It's a
like I said, when it
fine
came to
line.
her, the only thing I didn't like is for her not to stand on her shit. Like, girl, you are grown. If you decided you wanted to go out and have a late nightcap, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
What
If
was the
that is
use
your
of
person and that's a
lying?
connection you're trying to have, then have that. Yeah, the
It
lying
was
is just that's what
absolutely
got me is unnecessary.
But I don't understand that she's probably thinking, oh, I mean, you know how we black people are so hypocritical. We can watch like white shows where they're humping each other, and then when a black person does it, everybody is so judgmental about it. So I think she was probably thinking, oh, maybe I will not talk about this, so people do not talk about it, and it doesn't like blow up and all those kind of. I think probably that's what she was going for, but it just did not turn out well. But why would you?
Yeah. But I will say also, like the way that Sharice was even acting about the whole thing, like girl, like like
It
I
was
said, I
so
don't think I'm gonna like her.
unnecessary. So now let's go on to Ashley and Marcus's date. I don't even want to
I'm gonna
play a
say
video
Ashley might
because
be
I
my
feel like
favorite.
this date was actually too nice for what happened in the final at the final part of the episode. He was nice, but he dropped the ball when he mistook her for Zadia. Because yeah, she was actually right. If you really cared about me, if you really cared about going on a date with me, you would have at least noticed my dress.
Right? And
Because
then to try to make her feel like she didn't know what color she had on, like, no, I know what color I had on and I know who I am. But she was right. Like, that shows that you do not pay attention to detail.
and that's the worst kind of man any woman wants to date. I don't want to tell you something a million times before you do it. I don't want to have to correct you a million times before you do it. I want to just say once and you do it. It's very frustrating when someone has to tell you something over and over and over and over for you to notice. You should have just taken the L. Oh, I probably must have. There's a way to have been slick about this. You guys were so pretty that I must have mistook you guys for it. Like there were so many ways it could have played, not knowing that she was not the lady in the yellow dress. Because yellow is such a loud color that medically, yellow is the
If you
first
was paying
color you
attention, you
see.
would have noticed. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Like
just like,
you,
let me look like looking for excuses. The woman eyes will pick yellow before picking any other color. So I would have given you the benefit of the doubt. But the fact that you tried to play our intelligence and you kept trying to spin the whole thing as if she would not know what she was wearing was just very like amazing. Like, dude, could have just taken the L and continued that conversation without trying to play smart or play like, oh my god, okay, okay. Like it just did not make any sense to me. That was just
right? Like you were trying to
very
principal her.
unnecessary.
He was showing his principal abilities. Like, no, don't. Mm-mm. But yeah,
But
that
to be honest,
definitely was
I don't
foul. Like,
buy
you could
into
have
the
just,
first guy. I don't
like,
really think
honestly,
she
why
had
even say
good
anything about the
options.
color? You could have just been like, you was beautiful. I noticed you. Da 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 da. Like, don't even say anything about what I was wearing. Nothing. Talk about what I'm wearing now. Talk about how I look now in this moment or
Right.
something.
No, for sure. I think with that date, first of all, the bike ride was hilarious. I will say that was absolutely funny. It was kind of nice. It's nice to kind of see humanity in this show, even though it's just the second episode. I will agree that I think the dress thing was a big L. Um, but I do like the fact that he did try his best to recover, and they did talk about children and things like that. But I think for let me go to my notes here because I want to make sure I get it right. For Ashley, that probably cut off Marcus right away because if you can't notice that, then you're like, maybe don't say anything else about me.
She was totally like turned off. But I wanted to applaud her. There are so many women that would have taken that. Imagine if he did that to Charisse or Zadia or someone
Right.
else.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I like Ashley because Ashley looks like she gonna stand 10 toes on her shit. Like, she gonna stand on her word. She means what she says. She says what she means, and that's that. Like, she's not gonna fold. She's not gonna, play or let you play her, which is very, very commendable. It's very respectful. Like, I can see her being somebody who's actually, what I'm saying? Like, she knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go get it. And if you're not right for her, she's going to let you know you're not right and why. It's not just one of those where, oh, you're not right, I don't want to deal with you and that's that. Like, no, she's going to let you know. And I feel like she's going to do it in a way to try to make you better for the next person. You might not be right for her, but listen here, I'm going to let you know just so that for in future reference, you can go ahead and it's going to benefit you.
Do better for somebody else. Yes.
Right.
Because
I
she's
fuck
just
with
like
Ashley.
she's so much positive vibes. I don't know. She's so contagious. She's so, and that's one thing that I had a problem with. It's a good thing to have a contagious personality, bubbly, happy. But then the dude that she really likes, once he said he's an introvert, I was like, oh Lord, take me. I can't
Ow, I
deal.
can't laugh at her. Ow, ow.
It was
Not take me. Just take me now.
bad. I think after I mistook her, even though she played it off well, she got turned off real fast. Hi reviews.
Hey, review.
She actually got turned off real quick, but she played the date really good. I have to give it to her because some people would have made that date a nightmare.
I do like how she was like, even though she was pretending, she was like, bring up stay gold one more time and kind of like bucked at him a little bit. Like, I thought that was hilarious, but I loved it because it was like she was serious, but she was also, joking. But she was letting, like, hey, no, the, say it's gold one more time because brown and gold are two totally different colors. Yellow and gold is different. Like, nothing she had on matched what you were saying. And you really tried to make her switch up her way of speaking to basically fit what you were saying to make it like, oh, well, I was still right. No, you're not. But like I said, I'm so glad that she was able to be like, hey, this is what it is. You're not, like, she saw the red flags early, she called it out, and she cut that shit off. Like, it is what it is. I like Ashley.
Yeah. So now let's move on to the last date. Brain, do you have anything to say?
No, I was just saying agreed. I thought that was good. That segment. That's
Oh, what am I here? Is it full screen? Well, why is StreamYard
And
doing me like
it's so
this?
crazy that they do have two that are loved and two that are hate because this is only the second episode and you can already see who are the fan favorites and who wasn't. Because The ones that
Nah,
basically
those people
were
are
not
being
like got
angry,
into
right?
it.
So now let's go to Venetia and Ramon's date. This is another way to drop the ball because this one was at high reviews.
To travel because I want to like explore new things, new cultures, new way of living. And I need a partner that wants to do that with me.
So what is your family like? Are you close with your parents?
I'm close. I'm very close with it.
Okay.
Talk to mom before. We'll talk to my mom after and tell her everything went. Yeah.
How does she feel about you in this process?
Yeah. She's ready for me to settle down.
Speaking of that, how long has it been since you've been in a relationship?
Oh my. Honestly? Remember, I've been playing basketball my whole career.
How long has
Traveling, I'm about to get to that. So a real relationship, 2008.
And how long were you in that relationship?
2 years.
So the
I was
longest,
21.
you don't have a lot of experience in
No.
dating.
I mean, you might can tell I'm new to
Girl,
this.
run for the door. Run.
It's interesting.
He doesn't have experience with commitment. His longest relationship was 2 years. He's played ball overseas. He has had to live in different countries. So I get it. You know, it's a stage that he's probably coming out of, but he might not have enough experience.
Most important point, why are you single? Like, you got options. Like, I
People
know you
seem
got
to
options,
think that,
but
but
then,
yeah, that's not the case. My phone be dry.
see, I do not believe.
I promise you. The thing is, I don't have a problem with detaching myself from a situation that's not for me. They with intentions. I want to be a wife. Like, I want a husband. So why would I date a man that don't want those same things?
Yes. If a man can't accommodate to that, like you said, they shouldn't be with you.
Yeah.
That's pretty simple. I'm glad I'm one of the few that's willing to.
I'm a hopeless romantic. So
I
I like dates and flowers and just because.
Like the
and,
flowers.
yeah.
You see, I should listen to my mom's advice. I was going to bring some flowers.
You should have.
Yes.
Listen to mom.
Yeah, like I said, if it's a second time, I will.
We'll see.
Girl, run. Run for the door. Listen,
Yeah.
there was no compatibility there at all. Like, even, okay, only thing that was compatible is that you said you like tall men and he was tall. Not saying that he's bad looking or nothing, but honey, as far as for just hearing her and seeing how she is, like she said, she dates with intention. That right there is not where she needs to be or even go. Like, where she's at in life, she doesn't have time to, and I'm not speaking for, but I don't feel like she's at a spot in her life where she's wanting to have to teach someone how to be in a relationship. Like, she would have to teach him the ropes and then go through, like, he doesn't have enough experience, so he's still going to go through the I don't know, it's a lot to go through. The cheating phase, the lying, the denying, the hiding, there's so much that goes into relationships. And sometimes it takes years, and sometimes it takes different partners for you to realize like your do's and your don'ts in a relationship. You can say what you'll tolerate and what you won't tolerate when you're not in a relationship and when you haven't been in a relationship, or at least the long one. But when it comes time for that and you get into it, shit changes and you start to really see what you will and won't tolerate. And I don't feel like he's got that experience. He's not experienced enough to really be able to give her that that clarity, or be able to give her that where she doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I think that in that date in particular, I could definitely tell that Venetia definitely has an old soul that she can hang, you know what I mean? And I will say this, I think it's commendable that he wants a relationship now, because some people are just that career driven, but also too, I get Venetia's point of talking about stability, to use a word. I love this panel so much. But no, to talk about stability and knowing that he can handle the responsibility of a relationship, I think that was very important. So I mean, I do wish him well. He doesn't seem like a bad dude, but just maybe not this go around.
Yeah. So I'm going to look at some of the. I actually like. Oh, let's just keep that.
Not
Let's start
zesty
off
vibe. Provocanti said there's some zesty vibes. Oh, is
My
that
problem with him is that I was thinking if your most important relationship you've ever had was 2008 and this was shot in 2023, dude. Okay, we played professional basketball. But you said you were in the lesser leagues. I'm not shaming
right?
people in the lesser
You
leagues.
wasn't in pro. I
I'm
mean,
like, even people who are pro basketballers have time to date. That means you've been doing hookups,
absolutely.
one night
Like a lot of
stands.
the times they date. Like most of the pro ball players either date, their college or high
They
school
marry.
sweethearts, or they get married during, their time in the league. Like, and for you to be that's why I feel like, okay, you're so well traveled. You are still like, he's at that still have fun. He's, messing around, no commitment, no real ties, no, you know, like
Like
he doesn't have to
nothing.
answer to anyone.
There's no
There's
ex-girlfriend to speak to. There is no nothing. Basically, you are just there. So you've been having flings and never for once did it cross your mind to date till your mom told you to settle down. I'm sorry, there's a lot of red flags there. I understand you wanting to date, and unfortunately, you cannot date because people are not interested in you. I would definitely, he definitely had options. It sounds like he had
right.
options. He just
Absolutely. Like, you
made
can't
a
tell me that he
conscious
can't.
choice not to date.
Right. But that's
So,
okay. So 2008, 2023. Like, you're telling me that you didn't feel in any of that time like, hey, I'm going to be in a relationship, or you didn't find anyone, or, didn't meet anyone that actually caught your attention? Was it that you wasn't trying to go there with people? You wasn't opening yourself up to it? Are you so much of a mama's boy that all you do is stay up under mom? What is really, really going on? Because at the age that you are, and with the career and life you had, you would think that it would you would think that you would be able to, at least find
like,
somebody
it's not.
who you can talk to like that. Like, come on, no, something's not right.
Yeah,
Something's
no,
not
I
right.
do. Yeah, I definitely do agree with that. That at the end of the day, you have to make time and righteous for things that you want to care about. And it seems to me that maybe this brother has not had that space to be able to do that. But you can't have space to do something if you don't make space to do it. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I think all will be well with this. Just maybe not this time. And I think that's what happens with reality TV sometimes. Sometimes it's not that they're good or bad. It's just maybe it's not this go around. But I definitely agree with what both of you are saying.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's a bad dude, but for once, he's not ready to love. So, before we go into the fight, eventually they had to send home four dudes. They sent home Ramon. What is his name again? I keep forgetting his name.
Which one?
The dude in the blazer. No, in the.
Um,
I remember. Yes,
Sharice.
Antonio.
Sharice keeps Cameron and let's go Antonio.
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 Yeah, so they sent home Ramon, Antonio, Marcus, and then Zadia dumped Jabari for Venetia.
Yes.
Honestly, apart from like, I'm not disappointed in the guys that were dumped. I felt like they had no future with any of the ladies, and it was unfortunate. But now let's go into the main fight because I know everybody wants to talk about this. It started off from the women's lounge and went into the kitchen. Let me play the clip.
Just our dates today. Our dates, how we're feeling. I mean, I have fun with Cameron. I enjoy talking to him. Very down to earth. I liked him. He's got a lot of ambition. He gonna be hard to get, honey. Yeah, on our date, he was telling me about how he's like growing his team for photography, how he wants to retire in 2 years, all those things. So he was asking business advice, and we were just talking about how hard it is to own a business. He's really got a good head on his shoulders.
She's using this moment to try to start some type of trouble with me. And I cannot trust her as far as I can throw her.
I know I'm cooking and we getting ready for dinner, but we did talk about setting some house rules. I'll go first. I have no rules, no boundaries, but I will respect whatever your wishes are.
Just everybody respect each other. Right. Even though I have a connection with Maurice, I would never invite him to a house that we're staying in, especially where there's other women involved.
I'm slightly confused because last night I said, how do y'all feel about people coming over? I asked the question. What it sounds like right now is like I was trying to force something on you.
I never said you forced it.
They were okay with it. Immediately, when you said you were not okay with it, I said, okay.
Oh, now you're going to admit it. But when we were in front of Tamika, you act like I was telling a lie or you didn't know what was going on. This is only night 2 that we're in this house, and you're already doing what you're doing.
With sisters, with sisterhood, communication is key.
Okay.
And if I was ever offended by you, I would come to you first and talk to you about it before I would go talk to anybody else.
You. This is me.
It's clear that you're not a sister because you don't know that.
You don't know what's clear about me.
You clearly do not care for anybody else to have their own story to tell.
You telling me what I care about.
What I'm telling you is what I experienced from you. This is what happened today.
Well, I communicate with
everybody. There is no way that I know how you feel. You don't tell me.
Well, I tell you how I feel when I get ready.
I cannot do it.
Well,
Never. She wants a moment. She wants to create some type of situation between us.
Listen, it is so what you keep talking this bullshit. What I'm here for. What the f*** I'm talking about? I'm not creating anything.
She gave me a stare down, and I'm just like, it can go down if you wanted to go down. I mean, I just feel like at my age, I don't really do much physical fighting. I look too good. I work too much to be getting any of this hurt.
Sadia, when you call.
Just like Chris and Jessica, none of them were right. I understand not wanting someone to disturb your sleep because I also hate it. If I say I want to sleep in, please do not wake me up. And I don't understand why she's making a big deal about it. Because if I'm angry with you, I think I should, as a good person that everybody should try to be, if you are mad at what someone did to you, confront them first without airing it out. You took her by surprise. And then you are asking for an apology. Why should I apologize when you purposely put my business out? Yes, I understand that it was quite like shysty of Zadia to keep lying about the whole thing with Cameron. But I already explained why I understand why she did that. But girl, you never told her you were mad. You opened the door. You kept quiet. You went to confront her man. You are then using it like what you guys said to try to like get her riled up, and then like you guys, both of you are not right. And Zaida should have actually apologized before even you told her that you were pissed. Because I mean, come on, Kotsi, you're waking me up at what time in the day? And no, sorry. Come on.
Yeah, neither one of them was right when it came to it, but Sharice definitely could have went about it a totally different way. You're supposed to be older than all of those women, or at least I think you're the oldest out of all of them. But still, you could have came to her when you had to open up the door for her. speak it then. Don't wait until the matchmaker comes in or all the other ladies are around, or you know you wanna make a scene or make like it was something bigger than what it was, because it definitely could have been solved easily, quickly, and quietly. But you chose to make it a big problem just because you wanted to act like you're justified in feeling some type of way or having rules. Like, and then I don't know if y'all heard how she said it, but she, when she was talking about it, she said, "You're staying with me," and something, something, something. And I'm like, "Girl, y'all are staying in a house together. That's not your house. She didn't come over to your place and stand at your place, and she disrespected your house rules. Like, these are, this is a shared living space, and rules should have came out and been brought up the very first night. Talk about it. Be grown. What is the point in even going about it the way you did?" And yes, uh, you know, Katia, you definitely did not have to lie, girl. You are grown. If you dipped out, you dipped out. And but when you call, like, you could have at least said, "Hey, can you please come open up the door?" Or honestly, if you felt like it was going to be a problem, why would you even call her? I would have called Ashley. I would have called anybody else but her to come and open up the door. So I agree with you. Yeah, they're both wrong, but Sharice, the way she just went about it, she wants to do that victim blaming. She wants to, or she wants to play victim and blame everybody else. Like, girl, stop, just stop.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that that was an argument that didn't have to be an argument. Um, and listen, I get that this is an experience for all of you, and you don't want to bring strangers over to the house because y'all really don't know these men. However, Sharice, you did put yourself on national TV, and all of these guys are within this experience. So that would indicate to me rather that the Oprah Winfrey Network and Lighthearted Entertainment and Will Packer, they would make the final say if somebody can or cannot come to the house. I think it was gracious of Zadia to ask what the house rules are because guess what? If I have a connection with somebody, as long as we're in our own room, we're good. You know what I mean? Now, I can understand if it gets a little dicey and someone else has a connection, but that is what having conversations are for and being responsible with communication and being a solution, not a damn problem.
What really like threw me off initially, I thought Zadia even brought the dude in with the way she was screaming. And yes, Cameron was spilling the tea without even knowing that the girls were fighting. I think you should have had this conversation with Zadia before you like say something. Because I understand that he thinks, oh, they are women in the same process if we tell each other things. But I think people need to understand that when we're fighting and most likely we like the same dudes, we do keep things to ourselves. I think that was wrong of him to just like spill, spill, spill because I'm not
Right.
even
I
sure
would
what's
have felt
wrong with
like,
his
I
face.
mean, you bringing up another woman, you shouldn't. If another woman is bringing up the woman that you just spent the night with, why are you even entertaining that conversation about her?
He did not come in the house. He drove Zaria to the house and you were called to open the door. I don't understand how you can be this mad. Yes, she's not a money person, but being this mad because you were woken up, you never told the person you were mad. Yes, she was, and she was like not right for not apologizing, but then making this thing a whole blown drama just because she did not want anybody to bring a man to the house. He never entered the house. Hi, Amber Meg. Sorry. Like, girl, I think maybe she's just dramatic. She's just dramatic. That's all I can say. Hi, Ladon. She's just really, really dramatic. This is how she has always been. She's just dramatic. I think she she just like she reminds me of someone from the last show where she must always get things off of her chest. Yeah, she reminds me of Taquila. If they do not like say everything on their chest, they are never comfortable. In fact, her and Zadia remind me of Taquila. They always want to get their point across and they always want to be right. So it's like you are having two people of the same personality in the same house, and I'm like, what did people expect? And yeah, I agree, Gigi. Once we move into a house, that's when we set the house rules. When I had like a roommate in my university room, I told her we created a cleaning schedule. We created a schedule for like almost everything. We created like rules for visitors. When you have a visitor, your visitor must not come into my room and sit on my bed. The visitor must not like you create this where you create like every single details that you do not want somebody to do, you want someone to do. That's what you do. Not as you go on, you then feel like, oh, I don't want this thing. Okay, let's make this rule. That's not how it works. And the fact that every other person is open to people coming in, but they decided to cater to what you want by not bringing someone in, and then you still have a problem with it. Come on, girl. You can't
Hey,
win everything.
Ladon. Yeah, Sharice is definitely combative. Like, and honestly, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, she's a snake. I feel like she's a snake because one, the way that she brought up the whole situation about someone leaving, like that was nobody's business. That was no one's business. You didn't have to bring that up at all. And then for you to sit down with the person that Katia was talking to or went out with, and you to bring it up, basically, oh well, if she's not gonna bring it to the light, then I'm gonna do it. That's snake shit to me. Like she's not to be trusted at all, at all. And honestly, I can kind of see why she's where she's at.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, first of all, and hello, Ladon, good to see you. And listen, to each their own, right? But you're on national TV. They are giving you housing, right? And not to mention they're paying for all of the food and stuff. Sometimes we have to humble ourselves to know that not everything has to be a big deal. It's not like she fought you. It's not like she called you out your name. It's not like she did anything personal to you. It was a vehemently disagree. It was a disagreement. But here's the thing: if you really want to be petty about it, production could come in and say, "Okay, so how many people want people come to the house? 3 out of 4 is majority rules. So like, is this just the second episode? Like, this is not good.
Yeah, it was just so unnecessary to me because, like, girl, this is like a redemption arc for you, and then you are using it again to have problems. Oh, God. It's just like really, really frustrating, honestly. Because I don't hate it. I feel like I actually understand where she's coming from. She's high class, rich babe, and everything. And then you're coming into this show, and then you're feeling very uncomfortable with every single person. I don't know if this show is for her, but yeah, she's good TV. So that's all I gotta say. So I think
Yeah,
we've covered all the episodes.
I think so. Yeah, and the crazy thing is like when she said that she wanted to pack her bags and leave. I'm like, it's the second episode. Like, what the hell? Just okay.
It's never that serious. Yeah, she did take it too far. That done. The whole scene was just taken too far. Everything, the scenario did not warrant the whole outburst, the whole argument. It was just too much. Lada, you should know her. I think she's just she just doesn't mesh well with these women. That is what I'll say. She has the same personality as Zadia, so probability of them clashing like 100%. Yeah. So that should be all for the review. I think by next week everybody should be up and all right. I think I'll have more to
Yeah,
say.
hopefully things will be better next week and, could be more into it. But right now, as you guys know, not really doing too good. But next week let's just pray that things will be better and, we'll
Absolutely.
have a better show. But I
Yep.
thank everybody for being here. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks to everybody on the panel. Of course, thank you, Ucha, Braylon. And we'll see you guys next week again for the review for Ready to Love, Make a Move.
Yes, indeed. It looks like it's
Later,
going to be a good season.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good season. Way more interesting. She didn't mesh well with anybody from her season.